But what? How do they come out slow? Oh. Yo.
Well, alright. Battle raps cause I've shaken grown men to the point that they can't even face their own friends. That's why they rhyme about jewels, not life, cause the ice on which they skating is so thin. That's what I love about the human soul. It'll usually show when the truth ain't told. You's a liar, I can smell it on you. Got the voice down packed, but your eyes are telling on you. Shame on you for stretching your mouth around shit that your heart knows you don't do.
All right, here it is. The kids are back. Better late than never, they say, right? Am I right?
I mean, that's what I tell all my fucking employers that fired me.
You've told everyone since you came out. Were you a late baby? Is that a thing when babies are born late, they become late people, or am I making that up?
Well, then if babies are born fast, why do they come out slow?
How did that? Put that one together for me.
It's kind of a fucked up joke.
Put that one together for me.
Like a preemie baby.
But what? How do they come out slow? Oh. Yo, that's pretty good. See, that's the whole thing. I'm clearly retarded. Like, people just watch me be, you know what I'm saying?
So you were early, baby.
So you can make jokes like that because I am retarded.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That reminds
It's
me
like the short bus thing.
They don't want to hear the short bus.
This guy, I think you said retarded, right? At a diner one night at 2 a.m. Oh, my God, it's fucking 2 a.m. on a Saturday night. Oh, this was in Chicago. It's probably 6 a.m. on a Saturday night. And someone says retarded.
We were at a table with these.
We
gotta tell them the whole story then. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
So we go out and we have a nice evening on the town with a couple young ladies. We ended up going out to dinner with them after the club. And we're sitting there carrying on, joking, having a good time from what I can remember because I was fucking blacked out of my mind.
Yeah, you were super hammered.
Still having fun.
Good time.
And somehow the word, I mean, we throw around the R word pretty loosely, I'd say.
Around loosely.
It's obviously just out of fun. It's no disrespect to
it's like Louis said. Like, you're not calling retarded people retards.
Yeah,
that
I would never do that.
Terrible. Who would ever do that?
That's fucked. Yeah.
So we're just like, that's horrible. You're a horrible person if that's what you're doing. You call your boys retarded when they do dumb shit.
Yeah, that's all it is.
It's, you know what I mean?
So we said it. I said it.
Yeah.
And the girl I was with happened to be a special ed teacher. She didn't really like it that much.
She wasn't feeling that.
So I proceeded to explain to her that I have R-word privileges.
Yeah.
Because I went to a reform school in junior high, and the only bus that went into my school district was a short bus. So therefore, I was kind of lumped in.
Kid rode the short bus to high school, but the best visual.
No, to middle school, but yeah, okay.
No, not high school, just middle school. The best visual is blacked out Dolo arguing with this crying special ed teacher about the fact that he is retarded at 6 a.m. on a Saturday night. Like,
you know,
imagine a drunk guy in a diner like, no, I am. It's like, you don't get it. I'm retarded.
And I think every time I said the R word, whether I was talking about myself or just saying in reference to the fact that I said it, it must have been thrown around at least 50 times. And every time she cried a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
I didn't really catch that until the next morning. But
it was honestly comedy. I mean, here's the thing. That was a friend of a girl that I knew. So then I talked to her the next day. You know, we cleared things up. I was like, obviously, everyone was drunk. The kid thinks in his mind, he's retarded. Like, so, you know, what do you, and she was like, I get it. I saw it all happen. You're right. He's right.
No,
he was right the whole time.
He definitely made his point that he's retarded. So,
yeah. No, that was great. But how about, remember the same diner? Two different girls. Do you remember this when they tried to fucking throw shade at my man Mario's name?
Oh.
You remember this?
Listen, first of all, shout out to Mario. I don't know if he's watching. He was a big fan for a while.
Big fan, yeah.
Mario, the bathroom attendant, who was a fucking G.
What was
straight
his
up
catch
triple
line?
OG.
What was his catch line? Like, I'm blessed. No, that was Dre, right?
Dre's
You'd say something to Dre.
Every day is a good day.
Yeah.
Every day is a good day. What was Mario's line? It was something like
he had a line though. He had his closer.
Like he had a few. I mean, this is like a South Side Chicago old school, like slick talking hustler type motherfucker.
Yup, paint
cool
the picture
dude,
for
cool
him.
Dude.
Good
cool
guy.
Cool as a fan. But he's definitely always had those lines like, slow motion better than no motion, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like just those like little things. But he was just like so smooth with it. You're like, damn, Mario, you're a fucking G.
He was
Let me give you
smooth.
$5 for that fucking paper towel.
He was smooth with it, and he was always positive. Always a positive dude. Always like, yo, it's a good day because I'm alive. I think that was
something
shit
like
he
that.
would say. Yeah.
Any day alive is a great day.
Yeah, some shit like that. So, like, this is a great guy, bro.
Yeah.
You come into the club, you're hungover from the night before. You don't want to fucking work, and he's the first guy you see. You go to the bathroom and take a piss before you're set, and he spruces you up a little bit. Like, he's a good guy.
He's like, you ready to go out there?
These bitches tried to tarnish his name over a slice of pizza, bro. Hold on, but before we even got to the pizza, before we even got to the pizza, they're like, yeah, he's so weird. He looks at us when we're changing, and we're like, whoa,
how
Mario?
is that even possible?
Mario? What? Because I know weirdos when I see them
for sure
off the bat,
and they're
every
out there,
time.
no
I've
doubt.
never been wrong.
There's a lot of weirdos.
There's a lot of fucking weirdos out here, and they don't blend in so well when you're sober. When you're hammered and doing drugs all night and shit, they're chameleons, bro. But if you could stay sober for long enough, you could recognize these guys in a second.
And eventually, their true side always shows.
Yeah.
We know Mario for years.
Yeah, so it was shocking.
So we're thinking like they didn't. I don't even know if they said he watched this one and changed it. I just remember it was something like along the lines where it kind of like we thought they were taking it in that direction. Yeah. And we're like, oh my god, wait, it's like
we started asking questions. We were like, we weren't like,
no. You know what it is? Because they wouldn't tell us. They were like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
They're like, and we're like thinking like he was a molester. They never said that he did something like that.
Yeah.
But we're like perplexed. We're like, holy fuck, like Mario was like on some shit.
We just started asking
you
questions. We're like trying to dig into it.
Yeah.
Because like, if my radar is broken and he is this way,
right.
I got a problem.
Right. So they kept being like, no, he's just a piece of shit. And we're like, for sure this guy must have raped one of these girls or something. That's kind of that's the way it sounded.
That was the energy in the air, bro.
Yeah.
That was definitely the energy in there. And we are asking questions. We're like, well, where were you? And like they were like, oh, we were in the bathroom. And then they were like, and he just walked in. And we're like, well, you're in the men's bathroom, and he walked in because that's his that's his office.
Is that what they said?
They were changing because before the place opened, right? Before anyone was there, no public was there. They're in the bathroom changing, and he walks into the bathroom. Maybe it was the women's, I don't know, but he probably went to go set something up. You know what I'm saying?
Not,
the dude's a bathroom attendant. Yeah. You're in his office.
Yeah, right.
Ask permission before you're in there. You know what I'm saying?
But then they were like, but the worst thing about everything.
Yeah. That was the whole thing.
And then she's like, and then we came out and all of our pizza was gone.
Yeah, no,
and
we kind of did this, right? We talked him through it and had him realize that maybe it wasn't so crazy. I mean, the guy didn't do anything nuts. He walked into a fucking bathroom. Whatever. And they were like, yeah, okay, fine. But you know what else he did? Like, mad. Yeah. And we were like, what? And they're like, he ate our pizza.
And then they're like, and it wasn't for him. And it was for the server specifically.
Legit started crying and complaining about how many hours you have to work in a night when you're serving, and you only get 5 minutes to just stop and shove food in your mouth. And he was eating our food, crying, tears, bro.
Tears.
Me and this guy are looking at each other like we're
fuck.
We're in the Twilight Zone,
bro. And let me be honest. If you're a server, you can definitely sneak some food. If you can sneak getting drunk at work, you could sneak some food.
Fuck all that. If you're a fucking bottle service girl, you're making money hand over fist, not doing a goddamn thing. And
he wants all the smoke today.
I get it. People look at what we do, and they probably say the same thing. They probably say, these guys are up there just pressing play. They don't understand the thought and the anxiety and all the things that go into it, which exists with anything. So I get you on that, but we deal with the same thing. You're not doing much and you're making a lot.
Right.
So for you to cry, real tears over pizza?
Well, you have to realize these are the same women who are typically given most things because they're beautiful women.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all of them, but if you're a bottle service girl, you probably get given some things. You know what I'm saying?
Like
if a guy's tipping you $500 for a fucking bottle of champagne for you to stand with a sparkler, and most of them pour their own drinks. Let's just be honest.
They don't do. I mean, listen. They whether they know this or not, they are there for an aesthetic and comforting and Like, you know,
Listen, don't get me wrong.
they're companions for the night is really what
exactly.
they are.
And some of them are hustlers, and they can get a guy to buy more champagne, and I give it to you. In that aspect, you are doing something. You're a
100%.
You,
and if you're a really good bottle service girl, then and you have clients, and yeah, you know how to work a dude. That in and of itself is a skill. You could have that for sure all day.
These girls were none of that.
These girls were neither of those things.
Yes. These girls, to not sound misogynistic, were nothing more than a pair of tits and a smile.
Yeah.
But
that's what they.
But that's their job.
That's their job. But that's how they present themselves.
Right.
That's how most girls are presenting themselves these days. That I'm seeing in the clubs.
If you take the fucking easy route, let's not just. I'm just gonna say it. Listen, if you're gonna take the easy route and you want to make 6 figures to hold a sparkler, then don't fucking expect us to give you the same respect that we give a female CEO of a self-built company. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't compare them just because they're both women. I'm not going to feel, okay, I'm fucking done feeling like a piece of shit.
Let it out, King.
I'm done feeling like a piece of shit because not all women are the same, okay? So, and I don't think that's misogynistic to believe that some women are fucking purely using their looks to manipulate men.
Which is not wrong.
Do your thing,
for
Do
sure.
your thing. I'm not mad at you, but don't expect the same respect that the woman who's fucking really doing shit deserves.
Understand what you are and what you do and how you are going to be perceived. It's not about, you shouldn't perceive me that way. We get it. You know, everyone should be equal and love each other, but that's not the fucking reality. You need to live in reality. You need to understand the reality that you live in, and like you just own that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what it is.
That's the best way that you can manipulate your way through anything is understanding the game that you're playing.
I mean, look.
Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to me. You can't lie to me. We see it.
I'm a DJ, okay? I'm a professional partier,
yes,
more or less.
Scumbag. I'm a
professional scumbag.
I'll take the scumbag.
I make some funny
title.
stuff sometimes that people laugh at if I'm lucky, but don't come asking me for medical advice.
Yeah,
because I'm not that guy.
Yeah,
not every man is a fucking doctor or a woman.
And
right?
we should be treated as such. We should not be treated as doctors. We need to be treated like the scum that we are. Listen, I love compliments, but it's always weird when people are like, yo, like you are like inspiring and like changing things. I'm like, that's great. I'm glad you could find that here, but understand that this is not all real. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
The internet is it's wild.
It's a wild place, but it's a world we live in.
Yeah. We got deep. How did we even get here?
Coffee.
Yeah, coffee.
Salute.
Cheers. We got deep. We just came out the gate swinging.
We came out swinging. I mean, I knew it was going to be deep when we had some very offensive jokes within the first 15 seconds.
What was offensive?
We're not going to talk about
it.
We're not going to go back on that. We're just looking forward.
Yeah.
So you got some things. Here. Let's talk about kids smoking puff bars.
Have you seen this? Have you realized this? Bar? Have you watched the kids walking around bottled and shit? And you know those vapes they have now that are like about the thickness of a cigar and like the length of a short cigar. You know what I'm talking about? The puff
I guess
bar?
I haven't really noticed it, but I definitely see clouds.
I see these kids like on the tops of the sections, you know, like laid out and like smoking this bitch like it's a cigar and like not even inhaling it like it's a cigar, just like.
They're trying to be my man Taco. They're trying to be the digital version of my man Taco.
Who is Taco?
The dope boy that comes in and actually smokes a real cigar in the club.
Yeah.
No one, even the fucking police, can say anything to him.
What do you mean? They escort him in. It's the best thing I've ever seen in my life. This guy's a fucking legend. I want to talk to that guy. We need to interview that guy.
I don't know, man. I feel like he's not really one to be on TV like that.
Well, I think we need to ask him.
All right, well, maybe he'll do the silhouette thing. I don't know him like that. I know some of his people, but
I don't know him at all. So you're further in than I am, and I feel like with your neck tats and your lowrider and these things,
we could see if he's willing to come on the show maybe and do a little pop-up appearance.
Yeah, we need to interview people that are just wild.
There's some wild characters out here.
Yeah, we need to interview wild people.
I mean, I think for a while, didn't we have like some people we were interviewing that were fucking just like bashkins? Like, we were going that
over
route?
quarantine, we had like Pilly with his fucking samurai sword, and we had Mike Jug Milk or Milk Jug Mike. Remember?
Milk Chug
Fucking-
Mike. Oh, yo, whatever happened to him? He would like go out in freezing cold and dump milk on his head. It was pretty wild.
We
Is
had
there a
some
way
characters pop.
can we patch people in through this? Like if we could patch them in and
Yeah.
put them on the TV,
Yeah,
that'd be perfect.
We could do that easily, actually.
I think we definitely need to do that.
But fuck that. I'd rather just bring them in. I like in person. You know, there's a essence in the room. There's a vibe. It feels good. I'm about it. All right. So
All right, real quick. Hold on. I want to give some shout outs real quick to whoever's watching.
Let's go.
Shout out to DJ Lituation. What up? What
Okay.
up? Shout out to Sosa. I'm thinking that's our boy Sosa from Chicago.
From 7-Eleven?
From 7-Eleven, the god
Who
himself.
just had a kid?
Did he just have a kid?
Not just, but he had a kid.
Well, congratulations, Sosa. I hope you're not letting your child watch any of this filth that's on
The
the
smut.
computer. Shout out to the real Randy Flores. And shout out to Gerson Ramirez from Chicago. Well, Chicago's in the house today.
Chicago's in here deep right now. What's good, baby?
Let's go, baby. So go ahead. What were you going to say?
I asked some girl last night. I said, what that booty do? And then I was like, do people say that out here? I didn't know if it was just a Chicago
What
thing or
that
not.
booty do?
Because I find
Bend that
myself
thing on
saying,
over, girl. Let me see what that booty do. That
Like-
booty do.
saying what's good in a text, at least to somebody from Houston, they don't get it.
Yeah,
I've
I
had
guess
that
I kind of see
experience
that
a couple
too.
times.
Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day because something else came up that I normally say, and I was like, and someone was like, huh? Oh, fuck, I can't even think about it. Keep going.
I said, well, like, what's good? Question mark. And people have answered like, I don't know.
Food.
And I'm like, oh, it's like, what's up? You know?
Yeah,
It was weird.
yeah. It'll come to me later probably, but
Yeah, there's a
the
cultural
lingo is definitely
disconnect.
different, which you wouldn't think in 2021 with everyone being on the internet that would be different. But I guess in your day-to-day talkings with people, it's kind of like,
Yeah. Also, over text is always weird because people just take, I send the information in one mindset of something, and like if you're doing something else, you know, like if you're doing something annoying, you're like trying to fucking fix your sunglasses and you're all mad because the screws are little, and then you see this message and it's like annoying you, and you look at it and you
Fuck
like read it the wrong way, you know,
Yeah.
and it's like, it's text is
well, because when you
Terrible
speak, you
communication.
kind of go up and down, and you're like, what's good?
right.
Could be like, what is good?
right, yeah.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's totally different.
What's good? Yeah, it's.
We need more grammatical.
Texting is the communication equivalent of talking to a stripper.
Okay, I'm
You
listening.
feel me?
I'm listening.
You feel that a little bit, right?
I can see where you're going, but for the people at home, let's dig a little deeper.
It's choppy, right? When you're talking, there's a lot of miscommunication with text. There's delays. In
You
the
might think that people
conversation.
actually like you that don't.
Right. Yeah.
Which is definitely most strippers.
Yeah.
You think they like you, but then you realize it's their job.
If they're good at their job. Yo, I had a stripper over here doing something, shooting something for me. And I was asking her questions about when dudes come in their pants after a lap dance, because you know you're like that's a win. You pay
Broken-
$20 for a lap dance, you bust a nut.
Which we were informed by a stripper friend one time when we talked about this. It was called the broken egg.
Yeah, the broken egg.
Broken egg is what it's called.
And they say that if you break an egg from the inside, there is life, and if you break an egg from the outside, that is death.
Okay, you got real Tibetan.
And
on
if you
me.
break an egg in your pants, that's a win.
That was something that was quote of Socrates, I believe.
Yeah, but she said that when that happens, she charges him extra.
Oh, but how did she know? Like,
Oh, I mean, if I was sitting on your lap and you came, I feel like I'd be able to tell when you came. I'm just
pause
saying.
real quick.
Just saying.
Let's just pause that real quick.
Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine. Yeah, I guess when you put it that way.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
So how much extra does she charge? Because
I don't know. It's like a Uber cleanup fee. You know,
if she cleans up the mess, then it's definitely worth it. If she takes your underwear and washes them in the back, I'd pay her gladly.
no, she like shames them into giving her
She's
more
like, you
money.
sick fucking bad. I've never in my career ever had someone actually semenate in their pants.
She's like, you think you could just come for $20? Like, baby, this pussy's worth more than that.
I got to be honest. If it was me, now, unfortunately, I've never had the pleasure of coming in my pants to a stripper, which I wish
Yeah.
because I would have saved a lot of money. But right after I nut, I'm pushing her the fuck off me. And I'm actually going to tell her to put on her clothes because I'm disgusted.
Yeah, you want to get out as quick as possible. That's the thing.
Whenever I
you're,
nut,
you're flustered now. You have the post-nut clarity. You're like,
Yeah,
what am I doing
where
here?
am I? How did I end up
Oh, my
here?
God. And then you have this fucking angry stripper yelling at you because you just nutted. And you're like, is she going to tell the rest of the people here?
Well,
I have
yeah.
nut in my pants.
I guess-
got to get out of here. She wants more money. Whatever. Here, take it. I'm out.
I mean, when you think about the shameful side, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
thinking about the disgust side. Because when I'm done jerking off and I'm looking at the porn, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Block.
I feel like
Delete.
it's one and the same, though. Or, you know, there's a shamefulness, disgustingness loop.
Yeah.
They share similar qualities.
Yeah.
You can't have one without the other, maybe,
Yeah.
when it comes to porn.
When it comes to porn. God, what a fucking world that is.
Yeah, good times.
Good fucking times. All right, so line of S. You're going to have to read this because you got chicken
Come on,
scratch.
bro. I
going
got
on.
the illest handwriting you've ever seen. Oh, line of 5 in Houston is a line of 30 in Chicago. If I pull up somewhere and there is a 5-person line, like if I go to Chipotle and I look inside and I see 5 people standing in line, I'm picking a new place to eat.
Yeah, you just don't have the patience, right? But I don't know if that's a Texas thing or if that's more of like a Chicago
I don't
in
know.
Texas transplant not having patience. Because
Yeah. I don't know if Houston moves slower than the rest of the world or
It
if
definitely
Chicago
does.
moves faster than the rest of the world or if it's both and we're on completely opposite sides of the spectrum. Because, like, I never thought twice about a line at Starbucks or anything when I was back home because I knew that shit was going to go quick, efficient. When I'm here, bro, it takes 17 times the amount of time that it would take. And it drives me fucking nuts, dude. I'm standing there because I know that it shouldn't be this long. If you don't know, if you don't have the knowledge of like, oh, normally this would take 10 seconds when it's taking 5 minutes here. If it just has taken 5 minutes your whole life, you don't give a fuck. You don't care. But I know that like what I'm waiting for I should already have it.
I'll
I should
agree
be
with
eating
that.
it.
I'll agree with that. And I get very frustrated. And I have to calm myself down to slow down for it.
You got to talk yourself off the ledge,
Now,
right?
I haven't been back to Chicago in probably 6 months now. I'm really disconnected. When you went back and visited recently, did you feel like things were going a lot faster, or were you still accustomed?
I don't
more
know
to
that I really did anything that involved a line.
I guess
Every time
everything's closed.
Yeah, every time I ate, I mean, we sat down to eat, so that's expected to take a while.
Well, like just
whatever.
going into like a fucking corner store or some shit.
I don't think I did. I mean, it's just 7-Eleven by the crib, but you could get in and out of a Hollywood fucking liquor or whatever they have here pretty quick, so not a good comparison. But if I was like driving home after a fucking gig looking for a McDonald's, I could make a comparison for sure. Because that's when it usually is. It's night.
Drive-thru?
There's late night. You can't get anything to fucking eat late night.
Bro, late night here, Whataburger line is like fucking bananas.
That's what I'm saying.
Anytime I'm going home because I pass a Whataburger on the highway, the line is like wrapped around like 5 times. And I know it goes slow because I've stopped before and I fell asleep in my car. No, I'm just kidding. If I fell asleep in my car, I probably shouldn't be driving. But honestly, that's like how it feels.
Yeah.
Is that it doesn't move. And then you think about it, and the customer service is better down there. I'll give them that. It not in the sense of like productivity, but like in the personal,
Personalized or
personability,
personality,
whatever you
like-
want to.
Yeah.
People are nice. They'll chit chat with you. But the thing is, if you're chit chatting with the person in front of me and I want to get the fuck out of there, let's
Yeah.
keep it to I think this should be the rule. Okay, what's the minimum a maximum amount of characters you can have on Twitter?
140 characters.
140 characters. Let's keep it to 140 characters when you're speaking to somebody
Yeah.
at a business.
In
That-
a drive-through.
And a drive-through, or
For sure.
really any fucking business, because if it's not about
What do the drive-through people and the customer really have to talk about?
That's
You know
what I'm saying.
Like what does one of those conversations look like?
how long you been working here?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy it?
What do you do? Dude, they even ask at Starbucks, they're like, hey, my name's Rick. What's your name? And I just, every time I feel like an idiot, I'm like, Zach, my name's Zach. How you doing? Like,
Yeah.
it's just weird. I'm like, just
and
ask me what I want.
They make a little chit chat. It's
ask
like,
me what
so
I
how's your
want
day going?
And
It's like,
let's fucking get it going here, Rick.
my day's going pretty shitty because I haven't had my coffee yet.
Yeah.
Maybe ask me afterwards.
I remember the first time that happened, I was with my ex because she fucking drove with me out here, and she laughed. Everybody laughed in my face. The barista behind the fucking voice box and my ex-girlfriend, because she was like, hey, I'm Melanie, what's your name? And I was like, Zach. And I said it like a fucking weirdo. And they both laughed at me. I was like, bitch, what? You just asked me. I want a coffee.
Yeah, right. Let's keep it simple.
Yeah.
You should have a little kiosk. It's a lot simple.
Cunts.
Kiosk will never laugh at you. I'll tell you that. Wake up to the cops. What's going on here? Woke up to the cops.
Well,
let's get in that.
Monday morning was like a flashback to the old me.
Okay. Well, let's dial it in. Let's start from the top.
No, all right. So what happened? Where do I even begin this story? I feel like I need to begin at Monday morning.
Okay, and then you're gonna spin
and then
back.
We'll fill in the potholes later.
It's kind of like a Tarantino film.
Yeah, this is like a Tarantino film. So picture this. You wake up Monday morning ready to have sex with the woman that has been marinating in your bed since the previous night, right? Because you didn't smash her that night. You're ready to do it in the morning, doing a little snuggling, and then I rub my boner on you, but then we fall asleep again, and I wake up, I rub my boner on you a little bit, foreplay.
Yeah.
Now, I've been doing this thing where I'm trying to keep my phone away from my bed so that I can't just wake up in the morning, grab my phone, get triggered by some tits on Instagram, and start jerking off first thing in the morning. It's just proven to be a bad thing for me, right? So I'm trying to clean it up a bit.
Okay.
Keeping my phone out here.
Respectable.
Keeping my phone out here. Done flirting. I'm ready to go get a condom. Oh, I don't have any more in my closet. I'm like, shit, maybe there's one in my jacket pocket or in my bag or something. So I come out here and I see my phone. And I was like, let me check this real quick. Check it. I got fucking missed calls and texts from people that I don't ever have missed calls and texts from in the morning on a Monday. So I'm like, fuck. I look at it real quick. It's somebody that I work with saying, hey, the police are coming here. They're looking for this girl. Is she with you? And I'm like, what?
Yo, shit
Call
got
this
real.
fool. I call this fool, and I'm like, yo, yeah, she's right here. Like, what's up? And he's like, okay, cool. Like that's all he needed to know. He didn't give a fuck. And I was like, all right, whatever. Then it comes to be that this girl was all fucking hammered the night before. She loses her phone, whatever. It's 11 a.m. now. She probably lost her phone at 1 a.m. So it's been what? How many hours is that?
I don't know.
What does it go? I can't even do
Listen,
it.
we're fucking DJs,
11
not
fucking
mathematicians,
hours.
okay?
10 hours. 10 hours she hasn't talked to somebody. Her mom's looking for her at her place of work because that's where her car is. It turns out that her phone was in her car. So they get the keys from the valet. They open the car. They get in the phone. I have missed calls from her phone. They obviously are in her phone seeing her conversations with me and whoever else there are conversations of. And I'm like, great. This is great. What? Like, I remember when I was fucking 20 years old, lived with my dad, and went out for some pussy one night, and my phone died, and the pussy was more important, so I don't care about my phone. He's trying to reach me. I'm trying to get laid. And then I fucking finally call him, and he's like, where the fuck have you been? I was about to call the hospital. I was like, freak out, I've already lived that.
Right.
I've done that. I no longer have to deal with that.
Not a great place to be.
Until you bring a young woman home who's she told me it was her mom. It was her mom, but really the mastermind behind the whole fucking crusade, I find out later, is her ex-boyfriend.
Of course it is.
Ooh, her ex-boyfriend. I'm thinking about this guy's going through her phone. This guy knows the passcode to her phone to get into her phone. He's going through her messages.
Bro, I don't even go through my own girlfriend's messages, let alone my ex-girlfriend.
I'm like, this guy's seeing my messages. Who else's messages
was
is
it
he
vulgar?
seeing to this girl?
Were the messages vulgar?
They weren't vulgar, but you definitely know that we're fucking.
There's definitely an undertone.
It's a fact that you know that I smashed your.
He's
your
probably
girl
watching
that
right
you're
now.
You think your ex-girlfriend's dead, and then you come to find out that she's sleeping at some fucking scumbag DJ's house. Like, what?
Bro, it's a rough life.
He's on
I've been
Sue
there,
watch.
though, dog. I've been there. When I was fucking 19. I mean, I don't know that the guy was a DJ that she was fucking, but, when you come to that realization that most all of them are for the streets, and then
Yeah.
you find out in a pretty harsh way. But you know what? Shout out to you, young man. This will make you stronger.
Yeah, this is only gonna, it's part of life. You're gonna get over it.
You
It's gonna
gotta
be
get
fine.
shitted on a little bit when you're young.
Yeah, and here's the thing: if you don't deal with this the correct way and understand that this woman is for the streets right now, at least
she's in her phase.
right. Understand that if you try and deny it and you try and get angry at other people for these things, it's only gonna backfire on you. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like I think I talked about on this show when my first girlfriend that I lost my virginity to broke up with me, and then I found out like a few days later she was fucking her personal trainer. I feel like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You're like you have
It's
to
a
come to
cycle
the
of
realization
life,
that this bitch is for the streets.
And every guy goes through it. Every guy goes through it. The ones that don't go through it end up going through it later on in life, and that's the fucking. I can't even imagine what that would be like. So best to take care of it when you're young.
Yeah, don't build bad habits.
Yeah, get it out of the way. Because I'm telling you, the more times that I found that through my life, the easier it becomes.
Catch and
So
release.
now where I'm like, if I was dating a girl and I caught something, I'd be like, well,
Catch and release. Actually,
Such is.
the best part about the whole story is that I tell some people, I tell you the story, a couple other people were joking, and then pretty much every conversation ended with, yeah, but like, who is this guy? What does he look like? Is he gonna try and shoot you? You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, that's a good question. Let me text in this group of the people that were there that morning, and I'm like, yo, you were there, right? Like, you saw her mom and her ex-boyfriend. He's like, yeah. And I was like, well, does he look like, what does he look like? The kind of guy that would be on Sue watch, or the kind of guy that's like going to try and come kill me? And he
Right.
was like, nah, you'll be all right. You're good. And then someone else replies like, you're like, what'd he say? He said, you're not the only one who's going to have to worry if he went through her phone or some
Oh,
shit like
hell
that. And I
no.
was like, oh, you're on his hit list too, huh? Okay. All right. We're in this together.
I got to be honest. And since I heard about this story, whenever I see this girl, she's like all over another guy. And I'm like, the list is long.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah. Luckily, I'm not anything special. I was just one of a
You're
of
one
a
of many.
handful. You
One
know
of
what I'm
many.
saying? If I was just one on one, I may have to worry. That's why these things are great. You know what I'm saying? I understand she's for the streets. It's playing off in my benefit right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's a win.
You're just the street. Oh shit! And it's
Yeah.
a busy city.
It's a busy. Yeah. I'm like a busy alley. Like, remember the alley? that you
You're
used to
definitely
live
more of
on,
an
I
alley guy.
still
You're not
live
like
on?
an avenue.
Yeah.
I would see the avenue as like the rich guy.
Yeah. I'm
that
like
could
a
potentially
busy alley.
have a
like
fucking
a shortcut.
The avenue could have like a potential like home for her. You're like the alley. You're like that seedy alley that's like. All right, am I going?
Come
too
on,
far?
no, go.
You're
go.
like you're a little. It might be like behind a strip club, and you'd be like, "Oh, well, this might be fun down here."
Listen, if you
know what I'm
don't see
saying?
fucking tears, you better keep going.
All right. So you're definitely like
That's what she said.
the nasty alley. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyways, you got to go through the alley to get to the street sometimes.
Yeah, it's alleys have benefits. What were alleys created for?
Cutting through, putting your trash in. You are nothing more than a trash alley, my friend.
Let's fucking go.
Shout
champ.
out to you.
Yeah. I mean, the only person who's really gonna get hurt here is her if she hears this, which I hope
I'm
she
sure
doesn't.
she's not watching. Judging by the way she responded to you when you said hi today, I don't think she's watching it.
Yeah. I try and keep it light because like she was definitely embarrassed and like tried to overcompensate for it that day. She like called me and FaceTimed me and shit, and I was just like, oh, I can't. Like, I gotta clean it up. I was in that like. What am I doing?
Yeah.
How did I get here?
And now today you're horny
And
again,
now
so you
today
said
I'm
hi.
horny. Yeah, so I said hi. Yeah, it's just how it works.
It's natural.
Just understand the opposing team. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I don't know if
Just
it's opposition.
it.
Just the others,
the other side,
the other side.
the other view, the other dude.
Is it time to wrap it up? Where we at?
Yeah, you always got to wrap it up with these hoes, my man. They're for the
facts.
streets. All right, what else we got on here? Is that it?
That's about it.
Yeah, I didn't have much to say, but I had an idea.
Talk to me.
I was thinking about in the sauna. What if we tried to every episode like a segment of the episode would be like trying to write the story of our careers from like even from before we met. Like if you could think back right now and remember like you know, oh, I was at Underground one night and like I seen you DJing. Like I didn't know you, but I knew who you were. You know what I mean? Like, and trying to go over that from memory, like how it was, what it was like, whatever.
You're saying like an autobiographical.
Yeah, and but like funny, you know. I mean, most of the shit we did was stupid and dumb
pretty
and funny,
wild.
but just talking about it, remembering it, trying to say it in a fun way, and then we could end wherever. And the next episode we would pick up from where we left off, and then we could have 10, 15, 20 minutes, however it lasts, segment every week that could then build the entire story.
Okay, I'm with that. All right, so do you want to kick it off? Why don't you kick it off before we met, where you were at?
I mean, I remember like I was DJing at Stout and Cedar Hotel.
But let's give a little backstory before we even get into this. Today's chapter, right, will be the lead up, right? So you explain where your career was at, what was going on in your life, and then get up to about where we met, and then I'll explain mine.
Yeah. We'll all right. So I was still bartending at Butch McGuire's, DJing a little bit here and there. Tech was like trying to get me into Stout so that he could get out because he was trying to leave for Fridays to do Paris because they wanted him to be the resident. Right. That was that. If you were the Friday night resident of Paris, you were fucking top dog or one of,
for sure.
And then I remember when he started telling me to like, meet everybody and talk to DJs and shit, this and that. I remember I would always see like your flyers and shit and where you were DJing. You were DJing at Paris as well and Underground and like all the spots that I wanted to get at. But I wasn't really even thinking about that at the time because I was too fresh. I was so worried about Stout. You know what I mean? It wasn't even about like, oh, I want to DJ all these places. Like, oh, this is amazing. I'm getting paid to DJ. Like, that's where I was.
For sure.
But yeah, I remember seeing you. You were definitely ahead of me for sure.
At the time, right?
In the game, yeah.
I would say, yeah, for me, I was like, okay, so I'm older. What am I older? 5 years, something like that?
Yeah, 5, yeah.
So I had been DJing in the scene a little longer, in the downtown scene. And at that time, I had this buddy, Syed, who was like,
oh, yeah.
He was like a genius when it came to like making content as far as like the stuff that like clubs were wanting at the time, which was like the typical recap videos with like slow motion bottle service coming out. And he was like on top of his game and he knew like cameras and all this other shit. So I had met him when I was like opening up at Paris, which was probably a couple years before we met, where like I was so green on the scene, right? When the people that booked me for Paris told me, and I wasn't even able to get in these clubs. You know what I'm saying? I had worked with these places, with the people at other places, and then they just started like dropping my name, and I just started playing Underground and some other spots. So like I was so new on the scene. I remember they were like, "Yo, you got to dress good when you come in," and I'm like, "All right, cool." So I fucking wore like a button down, like a fucking dick bag, just like a fucking loser, doesn't know what you're doing.
Manager.
And everybody's looking at me like, who's this fucking kid in a button down? Like, what the fuck is wrong with him, right? But I'm just like so worried about like playing it good.
Yeah, I used to wear button downs all the time. That's the move. Yeah,
it's like when you see a kid from the suburbs come out to the city, they always wear a button down because they think that's how you get into a club. Like, you don't know any better, right? So I met Syed, and he was like, yo, I know how to make your shit blow up. He's like, I know what they want. He's like just starting to do flyers for them and stuff. He's like, so he convinces me, like, he's like, you got this like this pretty boy image. He's like, we need to just make you like this like Ken doll kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? He's like, just wear like a button down. We're gonna shoot. He was living in like this fly ass like place downtown. I was fucking living in West Town in a shitty ass apartment. He was like in this like new high rise. So they had like a really nice. It was called the Lex. I don't know if you ever been there. They had like a really nice like lounge area, I guess you would say. So we went in, we did this photo shoot, and I was like wearing this button down with like an unbutton and my hair fucking slicked back, and I'm like shooting pool, like all this fucking douchey ass shit.
I remember
That like at
the
the time I was thinking like I'm gonna make this my image. You know what I'm saying?
But for that time though, yes, douchey, but like that was it.
That was it. That was like
that was the shit. I remember seeing your shit. It was like mad clean, and you were like the fucking pretty boy dude.
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
like
You
from the
had
outside
that.
looking in, like that was the image.
Yeah.
But like low key, I fucking hated it. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, fuck this. Like, but I wanted to get these gigs, so like I did it. You know what I'm saying? So like, I guess where I was going with this. So me and Syed linked up, and I was just at that point in my life, I was really focused on like creating this image. So I'm doing like all these like crazy photo shoots to like have these like high end photo shoots where they had like a team on the shoots. And I was getting them for free because like they just wanted to shoot me for their content, and it worked out. But that's where I was. So it's kind of it was a weird transitional phase for me because I felt very uncomfortable at the time.
Yeah.
But it was
working. It was
but it was working. It was getting me
so
gigs, and from the outside looking in, you were probably like, okay, this shit's official. Like he's hired.
Yeah,
but in reality, it was all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, which I think is like anything that you do is like, I'm gonna do this. Like, no, I'm gonna try this. That's our entire catalog of anything we've ever done. I was like, sure, we'll try that. And then, like, if it works, it's like, all right, cool. People like this. Let's fucking do this.
But I'm so happier like now where we're at, because now most of the shit we do is fun. You know what I'm saying? And most of it is like what we feel, and we can laugh at it and we can go on. It's not overthought. The thing I didn't like about that kind of like approach to marketing yourself is that like when you don't really like believe in the shit you're putting out, and it doesn't necessarily really reflect you, you always feel like you're trying to keep up this image that's not you. And that's why I like where I'm at now, because I feel confident about who I am and who I portray myself to be. Yeah. I don't really give a fuck. So like making jokes and stuff, I mean, like, yeah, obviously sometimes I overthink things, but for the most part,
everyone
the
does.
shit that you get, the comedic side is more who I am as a person.
100%.
I was always a fucking class clown when I was a kid. So it makes more sense than like pretending to be like this fucking rich savant motherfucker.
Yeah.
Wasn't really me, you know?
Yeah, I could see that for sure. It's harder. It's hard to even be yourself. And you are yourself. You know yourself. All of that. Trying to be something that you're not is like, how do you even
harder.
Do that?
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
even
even
fucking
know.
harder.
I think some people have a very good ability though of being able to do that. Fucking serial killer weirdos.
And those are usually the people that you meet and you're like, this dude's fake as fuck.
Yeah.
But I think they're so good at it, they've lost touch with who they really are, and they don't care. They're willing to just play that person. And you can tell it's not real, because you can tell like from people's like general mannerisms, like if they're being for real or if they're like on some bullshit.
Yeah.
So yeah. But anyway, so when we were starting to meet, I would start seeing you play around, and you were hanging out with Jesse Seeley, who at the time I wasn't that cool with Jesse Seeley, and I always thought he was kind of like a prick.
Because he is.
He is kind of a prick. He's kind of a prick. But I love him now that I know him. You know,
but
and over the years,
a prick, and I think he would tell you himself that he's a prick, which is that's the beauty of it. Because once you know him, you're like, oh, he's a prick.
But he owns it.
But he's cool.
But at least he's being himself.
And he's being himself. He's fucking true. That's exactly it.
You can always count on him to do some fucking wild shit, and for that, it's definitely applaudable. But I think is that chapter 1?
Yeah. That's chapter.
Tune
1.
in next week to find out like when we actually interact, because it gets kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah, when we have intercourse. And a couple weeks, we'll tell you about that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's like chapter 5, though. You got to stick around for that.
Yeah.
Maybe one day we'll be able to fucking... I think if we were able to... I've talked to you before about like making a short film or a film.
Yeah,
I think there's no reason we couldn't.
This is a good way to even
like
maybe just get the ball rolling
and just get the juices flowing in the
juices
brain.
Flowing. We have documentation. If we wanted to go back and look, we could watch this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it'd be. Is there a way we could do that on TikTok? Like, if we could. Okay, so fuck it. Let's just brainstorm for the people so they can kind of get it.
Yeah, no, this is great.
So if we like made it right, and this is I'm just making this up as we go. If we made it on TikTok, right? So let's say each episode was a minute, but we could. obviously we're not going to sit together every single day and film because we got lives, right?
Yeah.
But we could film like a week's worth of content in a day and then just release it day by day. So like if the first chapter was 5 minutes, that's 5 days of content on TikTok we could post up.
Right.
I don't know if TikTok's the right platform.
How do you get? Well, TikTok's the right platform because it's popping right now.
Yeah.
They want, they're not charging you yet. They're in the beginning stages of come on our platform, we'll give you views. But in a couple of years, it'll be to get your views back, you got to pay us.
Which is what the rest of everything came to. But the thing that I think it might go above people's head on TikTok is that TikTok is very like, give me a beginning, middle, and end in 1 minute. You know what I'm saying? And that's what every video is. There's not too many series on TikTok.
That would be the beauty of doing it that way because we understand the format, right? We want to take this piece of this big story and make it a small piece, but also make it its own story. So think about like the TV show Friends,
right?
Where there is a huge story to it. If you watch from season 1 to season 10, you get an entire story. But if you just watch one episode and have never seen any show, you get it.
Yeah.
There's little jokes and things in there that have to do with the big picture that you wouldn't get, but they're not huge. Like, you don't feel like you're missing something when you miss it.
I like that.
You know what I mean? So if we could take in the 1 minute TikTok, make a beginning, middle, and end, but also that has more to come.
Yeah.
I think it could work. And
then we could always fucking put it all together and throw it on YouTube every month or something if people wanted to watch it like that. Or maybe don't want to watch it at all. Who knows? But let's do it. I'm down. I don't know.
I mean, I think it's I think it'll be fun and good content for this just to do what we did, you know what I mean? And then we can take that if we went back and referenced it next week to say, all right, we want to make a TikTok video. Let's see what we talked about. Listen to it. All right, we could do it like this. We could do it like this. You know.
I mean, the audio that we're recording right now could even be narration.
Yeah, that could be good. It's good audio. It's clean.
Yeah.
I've noticed a lot with the videos that I'm posting, like people like clean audio, like the DJ videos. I always used to just record through the mic of the phone. Mm-hmm. If you have clean audio, it's better.
It's more engaging. You're like, yeah. When it
feels like
catered to you a little.
Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly.
I know. I think actually, the more I think about it, that might be the route to go. Is like each episode start out with like a scene of us talking, and shit. Most of it could just be we could either take the narration and lead into like the video, or we could just act out what we're saying, like what we used to do on the Club Killer show.
Yeah.
So like all the shit we just talked about, we just fucking act it out, give people a little visual experience with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? Stay tuned to find out.
Yeah, exactly. But, just a little insight into the life of the Strategy and Dolo show podcast, world's greatest party on earth, longest lasting Friday night party on the face of this earth.
Actually, we said it's official now that it's the longest running Friday night party in the solar system.
Yeah. What exactly is the solar system?
Well, the solar system is the 9 planets that
How many universes are in the solar system?
Well, there's only one universe. Okay.
No, there's multiple universes.
Well, that's a whole nother story. But let's start out. Let's start
the intergalactic elves.
Yes. Well, let's that's for another episode. Let's just gauge it real quick. You got the sun, the moon, all that shit. Okay, that is a solar system. Then you have a galaxy, which is the Milky Way galaxy, which we are a part of. That's trillions of solar systems. Each star has a solar system, right? And there's trillions of stars in that galaxy. Then the universe is trillions of galaxies. And then multiverse, it means you have more universes, which is just duplicating what
and we have the best party in the universe, you said?
Well, I would right now for sure the solar system.
Okay, we'll start with solar system.
I mean, by next week we might be at galaxy. As long as no aliens invade and tell us otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, I can pretty much guarantee there's people on Mars or life on Mars or whatever, but it's not as lit as
Mars is out. Mars is our solar system. We got that shit.
Yeah.
The longest running Friday night party in the solar system.
What does our solar system have a name?
If it does, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I'm a DJ, not an
That's
astrophysicist. But I am enough of an astrophysicist to let you know that it is the longest running party, official Friday night party in our solar system.
Big facts, 100%. All right, make sure you like, subscribe. Join us next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. We were a little late today, but I think we made up for it. We came in fucking hot.
We came in
baby.
swinging.
Let's go.
We cut out the fucking fat and just went right for the meat.
Let's go. That's how it should be. All right, till next time, boys, girls, non-binaries, all that. Starbucks employees.